It's the weekend review on the Empty Stands podcast. I'm Ibuka. With me on this one is Albert. I will be looking at the just concluded match week 7 of the English Premier League. Albert, let's get right into it and let's start with the Manchester United game against Aston Villa. It was interesting for me because, as a neutral, you always want to watch your enemies play. But I said before the game that United were not going to lose. It felt like one of those games that United would not lose. But then, a lot of United fans were disappointed by the result. And I just want to know, Albert, to you, was this 1 point gained by Manchester United or was it 2 points dropped?
Hi guys, what's up? It's good to be back. Yeah, I think I was this weekend. I was hoping for a positive result in the game, despite the fact that United has been lackluster for the past few weeks. But I see this as some form of redemption because despite the results, United were still on the forefront, and I think the two teams actually it was more of a balanced game, but I think United also had some form of control in the game where there was lots of pressing and direct involvement from the midfield and also the forward players. Seeing Rashford beating defenders and taking direct shots, I was really happy about it. It felt like the Rashford of the previous Rashford that or the former Rashford that we know. So he had some very nice, clean shots, and yes, it was quite a good one, but not the one that I feel would have changed the mind of the board themselves. Because during the game, like it felt like the entire United board was watching that game. So I believe the dressing room must have been the certain discussion must have been within the dressing room. But I was actually expecting a win today, something that could just give some hope to the United fans and the United faithfuls that yes, this game or the club is actually going in the right direction. Well, yeah, I feel it was just a good. It's good to see that United can still produce something. A few hits and misses over there, but yeah, thank God for 1 point.
So it feels like 1 point gained.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah,
like 1 point game from where
I,
we've come from. Yeah, it feels like 1 point game. I'm
I,
I'm
I
trying
can
not to
relate.
be too harsh. Yeah, I'm trying not to be too. I'm trying to be very objective about this. I don't want to go out bashing them. Yeah, there's a lot that needs to be changed in the club, and there's a mindset and mentality that needs to be instilled in them because they are Manchester United. They are not just any team, and they just need to put that work in to get it back. And I don't think swinging the sword right now on them would actually help, but
True.
more gradual guide to the top. That would be amazing.
That makes sense. And with all of this, it all kind of boils down to the manager.
Yeah.
So he got the draw. A lot of United fans are not happy with that result. But do you think he has like saved his job at least for this international break?
I don't know about saving his job, right? Um, I believe the board is going to look at an overall performance and not just one game to make a decision. Not just this game. I believe they're looking like an overall performance. At some point, they will make a decision, and it's not going to come from the game before that decision. It's going to come from an overall performance and an overall time to turn things around. Currently, right now, United sits on the table at 14th, and
Sorry,
I've
I don't
never
think our listeners heard you. Could you like repeat that? Try to be a bit more clear about the position on the table. Thank you very much.
I think this is the first time in my life
I
ever.
did not ask you that. Can you repeat your position on the table, bro?
Yeah, United currently sits 14th with
Thank
8 points
you.
on the table right now. It's unheard of, and I can't remember when I can't I've never seen this happen before. in my life as a United fan, and
But it's early days, man. It's early days. And
then,
to be fair to you, right? You've played Spurs, you've played United, you've played Liverpool rather. It's it's not easy
yeah,
if we're
definitely
being
it's
fair.
not easy. But for a club like United, we need to go on the front foot to defend and to compete for these trophies.
Titles and stuff, yeah. But to be honest, I feel like changing the manager is not the right decision. This is not for banter. It's because the team that you have now, it was or it is largely assembled by Ten Hag, right? You have a good number of players that have worked with him before, a good number of players that have worked with him for the length of his time at Manchester United. So trying to change that, I don't know if, for example, you signed Delete, Mazraoui, you signed a lot of Ajax boys or Dutch boys, let me put it that way. If a new manager comes in, maybe a Tuchel or whoever, or a Graham Potter, that would be interesting. Um, I don't know if the manager is going to vibe with these players or if he's going to ask for new ones. So it's going to be another rebuild again. So just for that reason, I feel like if Ten Hag can manage to turn things around, he should just like stay till the summer at least.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, I'm not all Ten Hag out. I feel there could be some positives that could come from this, and both the players, the manager, and the board need to come together to see what the problem is and actually change that. I think most of it I believe, would come from a mindset mentality um, issue, because I don't the boys don't feel as motivated as they should be. Literally, like they go into games not without that drive, without that push, and it's sad. So they need to find what the problem is and solve it.
Yeah, let's see if they can use the international break to get themselves back to where they belong. And let's talk about the other game that happened at the same time, just the Chelsea Nottingham Forest game. Before the game, a lot of Chelsea fans were worried because last year Nottingham Forest came to Stamford Bridge, picked up 3 points, and left. And before the game, they had the third fewest XG against. Like their defense is pretty solid. They don't give off too many clear cut chances to score. And
Yeah.
Chelsea saw that, struggled to break them down. But in the end, it was, a 1-1 draw, which to me, I don't think was that bad because Sanchez had to pull up like two fantastic saves right at the end, even though they were a man down, to show you how stressful these Nottingham Forest boys can be. But I don't know if you managed to see the game because it was at the same time as yours. I was trying to shuffle between, both of them. But, I think the general question is Chelsea struggled against the low block. Does Chelsea need another striker? Is Jackson that guy? I
I
don't
think
know.
the Chelsea needed a new striker, right? I believe Maresca actually had this must have thought about this several times, and because he's one of those, he's right now within the market, right? The only striker then was Osimhen, right? And there was a whole controversy around where Osimhen could go to or where he should go to. So I don't think Chelsea wanted to be. Chelsea was in that conversation, but I don't think they really want. They didn't push for it as much as they wanted to push for it. So I think the next best thing was to have the right players behind Jackson, right? So now you have your Sancho, you have your Pedro Neto,
Palmer,
uh,
your Madwike,
Palmer,
Jao
Madueke, João
Felix, yeah.
Felix. You have electrifying midfielders and wingers that can support Jackson and give him the right assist for him to score goals. I believe that strategy at some point it might what's that? It might get found out, right? Because yeah, Jackson will get tired. Some defenders will know how he plays,
Jackson
right?
will miss
And
chances.
he miss chances. He's not the most prolific striker, right?
he's not.
So,
He's
I
not.
don't- yeah, I think right now Chelsea should just need to just wait till the summer to get a striker, because you don't want to get someone in January that isn't your ideal player, right? Because the right striker, you want would definitely be around in the summer, like once you go out scouting, not in January. Like people are still within their clubs trying to finish the season and win the trophies they've already started playing.
Yeah, and
So
sometimes players come from other clubs or other leagues in January, and they struggle to adapt because you are right
exactly,
into it. There's no preseason.
there's no
Everybody is expecting to
preseason.
deliver.
They just just throw you into the deep end, right? Like
Yeah,
very
it's a
very
tough
few
one.
players actually survive that. You get so yeah. If Chelsea's getting a striker, it's going to be in the summer. But yeah,
Yeah, and I can't wait actually. I can't wait till the summer because our options are not that bad, but we just have to be a bit more clinical. Nkunku, I think the players should be in the dressing room looking at Nkunku and going, we did not win because of you. Because how could he miss that glorious chance at the end? Modric did the hard work, put in a very good cross, free header from Kunku. He ignored it straight at the keeper. Like it was very disappointing. And he's supposed to be that finisher in the squad. It's like, oh, he has better finishing than Jackson and all of that, but he fluffed his lines in that crucial moment, and it cost the team, 2 more points. But at the same time, they'll be in the dressing room saying Sanchez, thank you very much, because Sanchez turned up, man, turned up.
because I think last week we spoke about how Chelsea has literally one of the best teams right now in the Premier League.
Yeah, yeah, I think we're good. I
And
think we're a good team, squad wise, yeah, and
squad wise, yeah.
it's going to be tested after the international break because for Fana and Cucurella, they picked up yellow cards, so they're both going to miss Liverpool. I'm not too concerned about Fofana, but I think Cucurella is a bigger miss because he has been one of our most reliable players this season. I think Malo Gusto is still trying to get himself back. That's on the other side. And in the games that Cucurella, played in that inverting role, we looked a lot more solid, a lot more composed. But in the games where it was Gusto inverting, we've always looked a bit shaky here and there. So Cucurella is someone that we're going to miss against Liverpool. And that's the thing, next game is Liverpool. It's a tough one. But yeah, we have a good squad. Renato Vega is going to come in. He's a cheap signing that's looked really good. 21-year-old boy, but he looks good. Tosin is going to be there. I like Tosin. Tosin gives me confidence when he's on the pitch. So, and Premier League experience and all that. So let's see how the team performs against Liverpool. But yeah, a point against Nottingham Forest at home, even though Nottingham Forest were a man down, on paper it doesn't look good. But if you watch the game, Chelsea were a bit fortunate to come out of that with the point. Now let's talk about Spurs. Spurs were 2 goals up against Brighton, but for some reason, it ended up being 3-2. I was watching the game, but I had to leave when it was 2-1. And like I remember you called me on the phone, Albert, like, how far is 3-2 now? I was like, what is going on? I just left. So please, like, walk me through that because I think Ange should start feeling some pressure right now as the sports coach. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Anja has actually tried different rotations within his game. So losing, they don't have certain key players. So I think that's one thing that we can actually put that towards, right? And also some players are actually trying to get their feet, get themselves into the game, adapting into the game. Players like Dominic Solanke, James Madsen. Thank God he scored this in this game, but he wasn't his best towards the end of last season. So he's getting his groove back. So many defenders have actually tried. Have been put in that holding area with right now with Bentancur was played this in this game, but we've had other players like Bisuma that have played in that same position. So there's a likelihood that Ange is trying different rotations in his game, and his players haven't really adapted properly together. So that's one of the reasons I could blame that. I'm happy to see that Brennan Johnson is actually an electrifying forward, and he's able.
Yeah.
Um, Timo Werner has actually looked very. Um, he
I
has looked very out of place in
Yes.
first team. So seeing him start most of the games is a bit. telling on if Ange is actually like really. I don't know if Ange actually trusts him that much. But seeing him start, like I actually question Ange, okay, or why he's starting. Maybe he's the only, yeah. Looking
Yeah,
at,
the Son injury, right? Like, okay, yeah, this is the alternative to Son. Son isn't just this guy comes in, but I don't
like
trust him, Werner.
this is my
Like,
only option right now. I think that's how he looks at it. This is
I
my
don't
only
trust
option
that
right now.
guy. I don't
So
trust that guy at
yeah,
all.
I don't trust Werner as a the left winger for Spurs. So but on the Brighton side, they were on the forefront, man. They were more electrifying than Spurs. They were pressing. They were pressing. They were doing lots of recovery. I know you don't like Rota, but his goal was one that
I
I
don't
really
like.
loved.
I
Like
don't like that boy for anything.
Van der
God,
didn't stand a chance. Couldn't clear the ball quickly.
yeah, it
I
was a
was
good
when I
goal. I'll
saw
give
it,
him
I
that one.
was
It was a good goal.
yeah, I was shocked. I was like, wait, what happened? Like, I like, what happened? So these things, they just happened like really fast. Welbeck
Yeah,
got in Norden. So, man, honestly, I don't blame them, man. So, I'm happy for good football. And Brighton, they were the better side, man. They were at home. They had the 12th man, which was their fan, all their fans, man. The 12 players, which were the fans, man. So, yeah, I'm really happy that they actually won the game. Like, literally, really happy.
yeah, and they're playing well. They're playing well, scoring goals, and the fixture list has not been too kind to them. Brighton
Now,
have already
so
played
they
Manchester United. They played Arsenal. They played
exactly.
Chelsea. They played Tottenham in the first 4 games, and first sorry, 7 games rather, and that's like a big deal for you to play. 4 of the top 8, and you're still in a good place after that. It says a lot, and they
Yeah,
have a very good
I
manager.
really give it to Fabian Hosler, man.
Yeah, no, he
And
seems to be
thinking
really
about
good.
it, like Brighton, they have quite a long list of their injuries. Adingra is out, Solimarch is out, James Milner is out. Yeah, Van Heke is out. Like they have lots of players that are out on injury. So getting these 3 points, man, I really give it to them. Then.
I know they're very good, an exciting team. But let's leave Spurs and talk about Liverpool. And
Sure.
when we had that episode, they were talking about who's going to win the league. I said Liverpool was going to
Yeah,
win.
man, and honestly, I'm with you on this, man. Like, this is my prediction, right? Man
Yeah,
City and Arsenal are going to have the media attention and make it feel like
it's a
they
two
are
horse race.
like
Yeah,
two-horse race. So those two horses are going to be competing, while Liverpool just comes from just
I say.
stays on that path, right? Just wins just one goal every day, every game. You get just three
Mm,
points. Salah scores, either Salah scores
do
or
you
Diaz
understand?
scores. You
Yes,
understand?
not too
Yeah,
much noise. Just be
not too much
winning.
noise. Like, yeah, they'll have a bad game, but they'll still win.
Yeah,
Understand?
and
And
they've been doing that.
they just get their 3 points and they just ride it into the wind and they win.
Yeah, that's what
Like
I'm thinking too. Because very quietly, they're just getting their wins. You know,
very quietly, and I'm rooting for them. Like, I'm not rooting for them, but like I'm happy for them. No, I think I'm happy because Anslot has come in and he has impacted the team. Like
yeah.
it doesn't feel like Jurgen left. It
Mm-hmm.
just felt like An just came in and his identity is actually showing.
Yeah, no, it's a good one for him because yes, he has a good squad. Or he inherited a very good squad, but then again,
He
it's not just any
inherited a
manager
very
that
good
can.
squad.
Yeah, he did because that's Klopp squad. He only added Chiesa, and you have Salah, who we know is a 20 Premier League goals a season player. You have Luis Diaz, Gakpo, Jota, Darwin Nunes, all in attack, and you have guys like Javier Elliott, on the bench. You have your Alexis McAllister, and I have to give it to Gravenberch because Gravenberch looks like a proper player now. Even Klopp did not have Gravenberch looking this good, but the guy looks like a proper footballer, and it seems like he's going to make good on the potential that he had at Ajax, right? And then you have the back four of Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, and Trent. If you give any other Premier League club this back four, they will bite your hand off and take it. That's just the truth because these guys are fantastic. So he and then Allison, who is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. So he inherited a good squad, yes, but he still had to do a lot to get them to perform at this level, and for them to pick up those wins, fight it out or grind it out to get the results. It's a good one for them, and I'm happy for him. But then after the international break, he's playing Chelsea, and I'm just hoping that let them just lose that one, then they can go unbeaten after that. But let them lose against Chelsea. But it's going to be a tough one. But yeah, Slot looks like a very good manager. Looks like the perfect fit for Liverpool at this time. Let's see if he can, if he can win the league and bring it home. Now, I wanted to ask you about Arsenal. Um, Kai Havertz,
Yeah.
he he has what now, like 6 goals in 10 games in all competitions or something. Like he looks like the player that we saw at Bayern Leverkusen that seemed like, the next best thing in football after sliced bread. He's looking that good right now at Arsenal. He's getting the goals. He's contributing to the results. His goals are not like, oh, you're scoring the fourth goal when your team is like 4-1 up. He's scoring like very important goals for Arsenal. Like, what are your thoughts on Kai Havertz as a player? Do you think that Arteta has improved him, and we can get to see that young footballer that we all thought has so much potential? We'll see him like get to that potential level at Arsenal.
I think he's that player that like we might speak about him, but not everyone's going to speak about him. Why? Because they don't expect much from him. So he's going to step into the right now. He's going to ensure that he's providing the goals for Arsenal, and he's going to start getting into the conversations and ensuring that like everyone now starts seeing him as that player that could be should be reckoned with. Yeah, I like Arteta's game because Arteta is one that would help improve a player. Like Arsenal is a very young team, and I'm happy that Havertz is actually striving in that team. I think last season he got so much backlash from the Arsenal team, or like last 2 seasons also. But yeah, he's been one very top talent, and I believe that this season is going to be a different one for him. I'm actually really rooting for him.
Yeah, I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm not supposed to root for Havertz, but he looks good. He looks good. Since he joined us now, he has looked a different player. I'm happy for him on a personal level, but as a Chelsea fan, I don't wish him all the best. But he's yeah, he's doing well. And that being in a national team that has Saka, has some other very top slash world class or almost world class, depending on your view.
And think
Players.
about it, right? Like Havertz has played several roles in Arsenal, right? He has played
Yeah,
the left wing role. He has played the false nine role,
he has played even as a midfielder, central midfielder as well.
central midfielder, and
He's doing well.
that thing. Like he's being that utility player. He's not trying to he's not trying to take the position from Gabriel Jesus yet.
No,
He's
Jesus
just
is not even. That's the thing. Like he didn't even make it a competition. Like Havertz just snatched his
yeah.
chain. Like
I think that's the difference between Arsenal, right? Like Arsenal, everyone is in sync to win the league,
yeah,
right?
yeah. They're,
So
they're a good team.
they're playing
They're a
as
good
a
team.
team, and like I always reference United, like Arsenal is playing as a team, right? Despite the fact that there's individual brilliance, they're playing
Yeah.
as a team. United actually would win from individual brilliance by maybe one person, like a Bruno or a
Mm.
Garnacho, right? But Arsenal will do it together.
Yeah.
And I think when I saw the game, right, when it was 1-1, I just had it in me that you know what, like
Arsenal find
I
a
know
way.
Arsenal they'll find a way, like
Yeah.
because Southampton scored first. I was like, I know Arsenal will find a way, and they found a way and they won. So, and
True.
that's the big team mentality that they have.
Yeah, but let me ask you the big question: is Kai Havertz the second best striker in the Premier League after Haaland?
Is he the second best striker in Premier League after Haaland?
Right now, after Haaland.
I think questions like this, right? Like, no, we look at the stats, right? Like, what defines a good striker, right? Is it the numbers of goals or the numbers of goal contributions?
Yeah,
Um,
4 goals and 1 assist in 7 games.
yeah,
It's definitely no Haaland numbers, but you know, he looks like he's right up there. So that's my question to you. Like, do you think after Haaland, because Haaland is in like a league of his own, is Kai Havertz the next best striker in the Premier League?
No, I don't think so. I don't
All
think
right.
so. Yeah, because he hasn't. He's not one. He's not the sole striker, right? He contributes goals, but he's not like the main striker in Arsenal, right? So I won't compare him to being like one of the top strikers, a second best striker after Haaland. But he's top there. He's up there
He's up there, right?
in the
Okay.
conversation. Yeah, he's up there in the conversation. Like if you want to
Okay.
talk about strike, okay, people like I think I was having a conversation with a friend this weekend, and he was like, "Bremo is so underrated. Like I love that
Yeah, Mbeumo's underrated.
exactly."
Yeah.
So these are players that like go unnoticed, right, and keep like contributing. Right now, Bremo has 6 goals, man, 6, and what this is game week 7, right? And I think everyone might just skip that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but yeah, I believe Havertz is somewhere in that conversation of
No
being like one of
conversation.
the top
Okay.
strikers this season.
To the Arsenal
But
fans
yeah,
listening to this, please let us know in the comments what you think is Kai Havertz the next best striker in the Premier League after Erling Haaland. Let's know. And yet, speaking about Erling Haaland, he was marked out against Fulham. We'll
oh,
say marked out because
man,
it was a difficult afternoon for him. He had some chances, but it just wasn't his day.
it was heartbreaking.
City managed to win 3-2, but I don't know, Albert, if you feel like City were lucky in that game because Adama Traore had some really good
Oh,
chances. Like,
like you know what? Like I think like I just spoke about individual brilliance, right? Like Traore is one of those players that on a good day, man, you can't beat him, man. Like on a very good day, like he's just unbeatable. Like he passes, like the defenders are scared. Like he's very bulky and strong. His strength to overpower defenders. Like I was impressed by his game. Like literally, I even at the end of the game, I saw that even went up to speak to him. I think the media was like Pep was giving him some pointers on why did he miss certain goals. You understand? Yeah, but yeah, but I think like I said, City will always produce. Like that's the main winning mentality. If there's anything I hate in watching City's game is when a midfielder scores. Like I hate it in the games. I hate it when I'm playing a game with someone. I have a friend when we play, like he knows how to score with Rodri and Kovacic, and it pisses me off. So seeing Rodri score, I'm sorry, seeing Kovacic score 2 goals, I was like, oh wow, that's really good. Like City, everyone chips in City. So even if Haaland is having a bad day, some midfielders or defenders are going to step up and help provide those goals. And yeah, it was really a tough game. It was really a tough game, and I'm happy that Fulham like brought their A game rather than just letting them like
yeah,
win like that. Yeah.
yeah. What do you think about the Raul Jimenez assist for Pereira's goal? That flick.
Damn, that thing was from a different world, man.
I wasn't even expecting it. Like,
I wasn't
I think
expecting it. I didn't.
nobody expected it apart from Jimenez himself. Like, nobody expected it. So even the City defense they were shocked. Like, did he just? Wow.
That
Okay.
one, that that assist that came to
Yeah, it
South
was.
America or something, man.
I swear.
It was really magical, right? It was one. Yeah, it was really. I think these are the kind of things that we like in Premier League. Some
True.
magical
That's why I
moments.
want to watch the games. Yeah, I agree.
It
So
was,
finally on City, right? Foden started the game. Couldn't really impact the game as much as he would have liked.
yeah.
But what do you think is going on with our current PFA Player of the Year? Like, best player in the league last season. This season, he's struggling for minutes. You know, what are your thoughts on that? What do you think is going on?
Pressure, man. Pressure. Yeah. I think Foden's career is one that like so many top players will never have. They will never have it. like just his career alone. They will never his trophies, his accolades, they will never have it.
True, true.
And the moment he has been a top player from day one, right? So I think it piles up at some point, right? Like you start to like review yourself as a player, like you start to like try and build your form, you get back from injuries, you understand? Like I don't blame him, right? I think he just needs to like kick himself in the shins and tell himself that he's still that player and he can still deliver
Yeah,
at the top level. But yeah, these things
I think he
happen,
still
man.
is.
These
I
things
think he
happen.
still is that player.
Yeah, I think okay. I think let me ask you this: like,
Yeah.
yeah, in your who will you pick in your team? Or Palmer or Foden?
Of course, it's Cole Palmer. That's the best player in the world. I don't know why it's up for debate.
The world.
That's the best player in the world, man. There's no one on earth right now that is better than Cole Palmer. Like
In the
he's
whole
just that good.
world,
In
man.
the whole world, there's nobody in the whole world.
Oh,
But it wasn't his day to day, right? But that's just how it is sometimes. He still managed to get an assist, and I think he also bagged the man of the match award. He had some,
just so you know, I
yeah.
sold Saka and bought Palmer.
No, that's the thing. In FPL, you need to have both of them. That's the scope.
No, but I already have Salah, so I will just
Yeah.
make.
So I think for me, I don't have Salah. I have Luis Diaz, who I think I'm going to sell.
I have Jota
But
already, so
okay, yeah, you have Jota, so you're good.
so I'm not
I think
just
I think for
I'm
me,
not just no, let's leave it for rewards to
yeah, yeah. Let's leave it for everyone. Yeah, there'll be an FPL episode just before the next game week. But
yeah.
yeah, to our listeners, I think this is a good place to end the episode. Thank you for sticking with us. We are the Empty Stands, and you can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram, and also you can get our content anywhere: Spotify, YouTube, or more or less everywhere. So thank you so much for sticking with us and have a fantastic week ahead. Cheers, guys.
All right, cheers, guys.